Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carolina and I'm back here today with another video. Today's video is an announcement, and if you follow me on Instagram you probably already know, but if you don't, then I'm pregnant. Woo! I am pregnant with baby number 2. I am actually 17 weeks and 3 days, I believe. So so last time, my other update video, I couldn't really tell you guys yet, but now since I already announced it and I'm already in my second trimester, I thought I could share already. And yeah, so I'm expecting baby number 2, and yeah, it's been rough, it's been exhausting, but I'm so excited. And yeah, I actually found out in August. It was August 23rd. So yeah, it's been a while. Yeah. And right now I'm actually filming this on November 11th, and it is 8:58 p.m. and I'm so tired. But I just wanted to go ahead and let you guys know already. Yeah. I'm pregnant. So this will be baby number 2, and so my first baby, I had him, if you already follow me, you know, I had him this year, January 27th, and he is now 9 months 2 weeks. So that means that him and baby number 2 are going to be like 15 months apart, which is what, like a year and 3 months. So it's very exciting that they're gonna be close in age. I know it's gonna be hard because it's so hard already, but it's gonna be worth it. And yeah, so I'm so excited. So just look forward to more videos regarding my pregnancy, and hopefully this time around I can go ahead and share more of what I'm going through and preparing for baby number 2. And I'll probably be, you know, just comparing and sharing like the difference between my first pregnancy and then this one. So yeah, so far they haven't been that different, just that now I'm taking care of a 9-month-old, and it's so exhausting since I can't just be laying in bed all day. Yeah. So yeah guys, this time around I'm just a lot more tired because there's a lot more to do in the day, and the days start very early because my baby is such an early bird. And yeah, so let me go ahead and share a little bit of how I found out. So I found out on August 23rd, and I was about, let me see, Janet. I was almost 7 months postpartum, and it was, okay, let me tell you. And I was not expecting it at all. Even though my husband and I, like, we were not being careful. Because we just did not think it would happen, you know, because if you've been following me and my whole journey, it actually took us a while, like, to get pregnant the first time. And so I just thought it wouldn't be this fast to get pregnant again. And even though the doctors tell you, you know, you're way more fertile, you know, what type of birth control do you want to get on? That's like the first thing they ask you for your appointment after you've had your baby. And I just didn't want to get on birth control. And yeah, even though obviously the first few months you're not even sexually active at all because things are healing and you're busy with your baby, you know, it's the last thing you think about. But yeah, eventually, you know, you get there to the point, and we just didn't think that we would get pregnant, but we weren't really preventing it at all. And I don't know, like, we knew we wanted to have another baby close in age to our first baby, and yeah, but we didn't expect it to be this close. But yeah, it's pretty exciting still. So yeah, on August 23rd, it was at night. I was actually, for the past week, from that day, I had been like spotting, and I actually thought that it was my period, because up until then I still had not gotten my period since I was breastfeeding. So I thought, okay, maybe this is the beginning of my period, I'm gonna get it. But it just would never come like all the way, like it was just spotting here and there. And I was like, what's going on? I'm probably gonna get it, but it just wouldn't get there, you know, it wouldn't come all the way. And I thought maybe it's normal, you know, because I just had a baby. And yeah, but in the back of my mind, I was just, you know, curious. Let me just go ahead and just take a pregnancy test, you know. And actually, like a week prior or two, I decided to take a pregnancy test just because. I don't know. Because we had been sexually active, you know, and we didn't use any protection, I was like, okay, let me just take a test. But it was negative, and also the tests were expired. so yeah, but I didn't think of anything of it, you know, like I never thought I'd be pregnant, and I probably wasn't that time. But then August 23rd, I was still spotting, and I decided, okay, let me go ahead and just get a pregnancy test and see what's going on, you know, like, even though I never thought that it'd be positive. So I had ordered some new pregnancy tests since the ones I had were expired, and I went ahead and just got one. I was like, okay, well, I have to pee, so I'll just might as well you know, just take the test now. And I went to pee, and I was like sitting on the toilet, and we had like this was back at my parents' house, so we have like a laundry basket right in front. So I was sitting on the toilet, and then I looked down at the pregnancy test, and right away there's like a dark line, and I was like completely in shock. I could not believe it. And of course I didn't record this because I wasn't expecting it to happen, you know, and I was still in shock, like, what? And right away, like, I just keep looking at it, and then I go to the room. Well, in my parents' house we were using like 2 rooms, and so I went to the room and one of the rooms, and my husband and the baby, they're in the other room. And so I didn't know, like, I was in shock, and I didn't know how to tell him or what to do. Like, is this right? Is something else going on? Like, what's happening? And so I just got the baby and I went to the other room again, and I recorded myself with the baby and then just showing the pregnancy tests on the video, and then I sent it to my husband, and then I went in the room and he looked at it, and I recorded him looking at the video. And so he was like straight in shock as well, like, what? Like, it's positive, you're pregnant, what, you know? And then we're there, like, just like in shock and like happy and like tearing up, like, what? We're pregnant again. Our bebecito is gonna have a little brother or a little sister, and it was crazy. And then after that, like, I started to worry, and of course, actually, I went back to the restroom and I took a few more tests, and I even took some of the tests that were expired, and they actually still work. It still came out positive. So if you have some expired pregnancy tests, they probably still work. Yeah, so everything was coming out positive, like dark line positive. And so I was like, oh my goodness, how far along am I? And then I started to think, like, and why am I bleeding? And as you may know already from my past videos, you know that I also had like early bleeding, and with my pregnancy with my baby boy. So I knew that I probably had to go in as soon as possible and get that RhoGAM shot again, just like I did with my first pregnancy. And I ended up just emailing my doctor and letting them know. And so they called me back the next day, and sure enough, they told me to go in, and then they would most likely give me the RhoGAM shot there. And yeah, so then I went in, and that's what happened. And I got an ultrasound. That doctor that I went in to see, she did the ultrasound, and they confirmed my pregnancy through like the urine test. And then that doctor actually sent me to the main hospital, like where they do, you know, your 20-week anatomy scan and all that. She just wanted a better ultrasound, and so I went there, and you know, they didn't really let me know anything that they saw, and they just sent all the results to her, and then she called me back that same day, and yeah, they confirmed it. I was pregnant, and she said I was about 5.5 to 6 weeks pregnant already on August 23rd. And yeah, like I said, I got my RhoGAM shot, and they scheduled me for my like phone appointment for like to start all your pregnancy like workup and all of that for your future appointments. So yeah. And of course, I was home with my little baby, my almost 7-month-old at the time, and so I had to tell my mom to go with me to the hospital and to watch him while I went in. And so I had to tell her there, like, because I assumed that she would probably ask me like, what's going on, why are we going to the doctor? And so I decided to just go ahead and tell her. So she found out there, and there's no like video for that. It's so different like this second time around, you know. It's not like in that aspect, you know, of like surprising everybody, but I mean, especially with my parents, because we were living with them, it was harder to hide everything, you know. Last time I found out I was pregnant, I was actually, well, my husband and I, we were living in our apartment in the beginning, so we were able to keep it hidden for a little bit longer. But this time I had to tell my mom because I needed help with the baby, and my husband had to work since it was so sudden that when I found out and when I had to go to the doctor. So yeah, I told my mom, and then I ended up telling my dad later that day or the next day or so. And yeah, but yeah, they're excited, and of course they're shocked too because my babies are gonna be close together. And then my little baby boy, like, he's still such a baby, you know, but I know that he's gonna be happy, you know, to have a sibling close in age. And I know they'll probably fight, but they'll also keep each other company, you know, especially now when with COVID we can't really go anywhere. What really sucks is that I have to go to every appointment by myself now, so you don't really have that, you know, support from your partner or your spouse, you know, to go to the appointments. So that's what sucks, but hopefully later on, you know, things will get better. By the time I have to give birth, you know, hopefully things are getting better, even though right now it seems like things are really spiking up in cases. I don't know, but hopefully things get better. So my parents know already. They found out pretty early on, and then so after that appointment, then I ended up waiting. I don't actually remember. Maybe a few weeks later, I had my first appointment, and I was just able to finally see the baby because I had not seen it. You know, I didn't see it for that very first appointment when they told me I was like 5.5 or 6 weeks. I didn't see the baby on the monitor or anything, and so then I wanted to wait till the next appointment, and I was able to see the baby, and there was already a heartbeat. Actually, there was already a heartbeat when they told me the first time, but then the second time I was able to see it myself. But unfortunately with that doctor, I don't know, I didn't like him at all. He was so rushed, and I saw the heartbeat, like he just showed me in the monitor, and then but he didn't like let me hear it. I don't know what happened there, and I just completely forgot to like ask, like, oh, can I hear the heartbeat? And so I wanted to wait until I actually heard the heartbeat to tell like my in-laws or anybody else. And so we ended up going to one of those private like ultrasound places, like, you know, the ones they have at the mall. And so we went, and we were able to see the baby, and the baby was like moving and flipping around and everything, like so active. And we were able to hear the heartbeat, and we got some cute little ultrasound pictures. So after that, we went ahead and told our in-laws the next day, or my in-laws the next day. And yeah, they're so excited that there's gonna be another baby. And also my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, they were kind of saying that they already knew, that they had an idea, because I was kind of like showing already. I don't know, but they were like, I knew it. And yeah, so they were all pretty excited that my baby's gonna have a little brother or sister. And so we're all excited now. We're just waiting and trying to prepare, you know, like kind of just mentally, and just thinking of what things we're gonna need, because we have most of the things that we need for a baby, you know, just like, you know, the essentials, but yeah, it's just a matter of like getting ready mentally. But yeah, guys, that's my announcement for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next. I'll probably, oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm over here breathing like, or being like all out of breath. But yeah, this time around I feel like I'm showing a lot more earlier, which is typically like what they say, but I think it's also because I was still a little, you know, I still had some baby weight hanging on, so I think that's probably why. But yeah, I am so excited and just look forward to more videos of my pregnancy and, you know, motherhood. I'll probably be talking to you about like more baby products, and I don't know, just go ahead and leave me any comments with any video requests or any questions you might have or would like to know. Yeah guys, so that's gonna be it for today's video. Go ahead and like the video if you liked it, and subscribe if you're new. And if you're not new, thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.